Have you ever heard a story that feels like it's straight out of a movie? A tale of a boy from a remote, stone-bound village who rose to become a millionaire, not by leaving his home, but by lifting it up with him. This is the incredible true story of Giang Apao. Imagine a small Hmong village perched on the northern rocky highlands of Vietnam. Here, in an old wooden house with a leaky roof, a young boy named Pao grew up. Life was tough. The winters were freezing cold, and the rainy season brought floods. His family survived on what little they could grow on their corn and rice fields, and hunger was a constant, unwelcome guest. Every single day, Pao's journey began before the sun even thought about rising. He'd strap a heavy basket of corn to his small back and walk barefoot along treacherous, rocky paths. Schooling was a luxury he barely knew, but he had something else, a keen eye for detail and a spirit that couldn't be broken. He watched the world around him, learning lessons that no classroom could ever teach. He saw the struggle, he felt the cold, and he dreamed of a different life, not just for himself, but for his entire community. This relentless drive was forged in the harsh beauty of his homeland. The stone mountains, while majestic, represented the barriers he and his people faced every day. Yet, it was these very mountains that would become the backdrop for his extraordinary transformation. His story isn't just about escaping poverty. It's about redefining what success means when you're deeply rooted in your culture and your land. So, how did this barefoot boy from a forgotten village on a rocky plateau start his journey to becoming a millionaire? It all began with a simple observation at a bustling local market. One day, while navigating the lively chaos of the market, Pao noticed something that sparked an idea. He saw the beautiful, handcrafted products of his people, the vibrant brocade textiles, the pure, golden forest honey, the potent medicinal herbs. Lowland visitors and tourists were captivated by them. They loved the authenticity, the story woven into every thread and bottled in every jar. But there was a problem, a huge one. His fellow villagers were selling these treasures for next to nothing. Why? Because they had no idea how to connect with buyers beyond their immediate vicinity. They didn't know the true value of their own labor or how to reach the wider world. A light bulb went off in Pao's mind. He saw not just a problem, but a massive opportunity. This was the moment his entrepreneurial spirit ignited. He realized that the key wasn't just to work harder, but to work smarter. He needed to build a bridge between his isolated village and the bustling markets in the cities. His first step was to break down the language barrier. He began to learn Vietnamese, painstakingly practicing his letters, speaking with anyone who would listen, and absorbing every new word like a sponge. He started asking questions, lots of them. How much does this sell for in the city? Who buys these things? How can I get my products there? He was no longer just a boy carrying corn. He was a student of the market, a detective of commerce. His first business venture was small, almost laughably so. He would carefully select a few pieces of beautiful brocade, carry them himself to the nearest town, and try to sell them through any contacts he could make. It was a grueling process filled with trial and error. Some trips ended in a loss, with him returning home with less money than he started with. Other times, he faced shrewd buyers who would haggle him down to the bone, trying to take advantage of the young boy from the mountains. But Giang Apao was different. Every setback, every failure, every moment of doubt only strengthened his resolve. He refused to give up. He knew, deep in his heart, that this was the path forward for his people. Slowly but surely, Pao's small efforts began to bear fruit. He wasn't just selling products anymore. He was building a network. He established trust with a few buyers in town, who started to appreciate his honesty and the quality of the goods he brought. With each successful trip, his confidence grew, and so did his vision. He started thinking bigger. What if he could do this not just for himself, but for everyone in his village? He began going from house to house, talking to his neighbors. He offered to collect their products, the brocades, the honey, the herbs, and sell them on their behalf. This was a revolutionary idea. He promised them fair prices, something they had never experienced before. He wasn't just a middleman. He was a guardian of their craft, ensuring that the hard work of his people was properly valued. He inspected every item himself, guaranteeing a level of quality that would build a strong reputation. But Pao knew that a good product wasn't enough. In the modern world, you need a good story. And what a story he had to tell. He learned how to use a camera, capturing stunning images of the Hmong way of life, He took pictures of the misty mountains, the terrace fields clinging to the slopes, and most importantly, the people. He photographed his mother's and sister's skilled hands as they patiently wove intricate patterns into the brocade cloth, a tradition passed down through generations. He started writing. He told the stories behind the products. He described the rugged beauty of the Rocky Highlands and the resilience of the people who called it home. He painted a picture for customers far away, connecting them not just to a piece of fabric or a jar of honey, but to a culture, a community, and a dream. His authentic storytelling resonated deeply. His products, once sold for pennies at the local market, started reaching discerning customers in big cities. And then came the internet. Pao embraced technology, listing his village's treasures on online marketplaces. Suddenly, the world was his customer. The bridge he had dreamed of building was complete. 15 years. That's how long it took for Jiang Apao to transform his vision into a breathtaking reality. The barefoot boy who once carried corn on his back was now the first Hmong millionaire in his entire region. But his wealth wasn't measured in fancy cars or lavish houses. It was measured in impact. He founded a cooperative that specialized in brocade textiles and clean, organic agricultural products. He didn't just create a business. He created an ecosystem of prosperity. His cooperative provided stable jobs and fair wages for hundreds of households in his village and the surrounding areas. Families who once struggled to put food on the table now had a reliable source of income. The leaky roofs were fixed. Children could go to school without worrying about an empty stomach. The entire community was lifted up, transformed by the vision of one of their own. Pao had brought the market to the mountains, proving that economic success and cultural preservation could go hand in hand. He had turned the very things that made his village unique, its crafts, its produce, its stories, into its greatest strengths. But here's the most beautiful part of the story. Despite his incredible success, Jiang Apao never forgot where he came from. He never left his village. In fact, he became more rooted in it than ever. You won't find him in a slick city office. Every morning, you can still find him wearing his traditional indigo Hmong clothes, sitting by the doorway of his humble home. He starts his day the same way he always has, with a simple bowl of hot tea, watching the clouds drift silently across the majestic mountain peaks that he still calls home. He's a father now, and he shares his wisdom with his children, not through lectures, but through his actions and his simple, powerful words. He often tells them, "Wealth is not for leaving the village behind, it is so the village will no longer be poor." This single sentence captures the essence of his entire life's work. His goal was never personal enrichment. It was collective empowerment. His dream wasn't to escape poverty, but to eradicate it from the place he loved. Jiang Apao's story is a powerful reminder that true success isn't about how high you can climb, but how many people you can lift up with you. It's a testament to the power of one person's unbreakable will, sharp observation, and deep love for their community. He saw value where others saw poverty, opportunity where others saw isolation. From the stone mountains of his youth, he built a millionaire's dream, not for himself, but for his people. And in doing so, he became a living legend, a beacon of hope for communities everywhere. Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories from around the world. Let us know in the comments what you found most powerful about Jiang Apao's journey. We'll see you in the next video.